As cities return to some level of normalcy, the future of corporate America's work structure is up for debate. Are people going back into the office or not? Well, it depends, and the future of the office lease market is on the line. Data suggests that employees prefer a hybrid option. According to a report from McKinsey & Company, 52% of workers want to split their time between the office and home. 37% prefer working in person, and only 11% want to stay remote. That's a big shift from pre-COVID preferences, when only 30% of workers wanted a hybrid approach, and 62% liked working in the office. This shift could have talent implications for CEOs who demand a full-time return to the office. During an era that's been dubbed the Great Resignation, workers are reevaluating their priorities, and 28% of U.S. workers say they would consider looking for a new job if their boss eliminates remote work altogether. McKinsey surveyed 100 CEOs across an array of industries and regions and found that 9 out of 10 want to move forward with a hybrid system. Many found remote work to be very successful. 58% of the CEOs who were surveyed said that they saw individual productivity improve during the remote work period. And many workers found that it provided them with a more manageable work-life balance. But there's still something to be said for in-person collaboration, and that's simply what certain CEOs prefer. That's certainly the case in the financial sector, and Wall Street has led the rush back to the office. As of July 6th, all JP Morgan employees in the U.S. are back in the office between 50 to 100% of the time, and this will increase by Labor Day. CEO Jamie Dimon has been very vocal, saying that remote work doesn't work for people who want to hustle, doesn't work for culture, doesn't work for idea generation. This stance has created a lot of internal backlash. Morgan Stanley has taken a similar route. New York City workers have started coming back into the office, and CEO James Gorman threatened pay cuts, saying if you can go to a restaurant in New York City, you can come into the office. He's walked this back slightly, saying that he will try to accommodate workers with extreme commutes and employees with children who have not yet returned to school. But he still wants to see most workers in the office 3 days a week by Labor Day. The tech sector has taken a more relaxed route. Some companies like Slack, Spotify, and Square will reportedly maintain remote work as a permanent option for all employees. Facebook originally planned for only a small number of remote workers and stated that any employees who move out of their headquarters cities will face pay cuts. They've since said that everyone will be permitted to apply to work remotely. Likewise, Google announced a hybrid approach across the board, but now 1/5 of workers are expected to be permanently remote. Apple has been the true tech sector outlier. Employees were expected to be back in the office for a minimum of 3 days a week this summer, but after widespread internal backlash, CEO Tim Cook pushed this deadline to September. That changed this week when Apple pushed the deadline to October 1st at the very earliest as a result of the Delta variant. One sector that has been quick to embrace a return to the office is real estate. Around 70% of workers in the industry have returned to the office, and that number is expected to reach between 90 to nearly 100% by Labor Day. As corporations attempt to solidify their plans and hold on to their employees, the New York City office market is starting to budge. According to Colliers, Manhattan's office availability reached an all-time high of 17.1% in May, but leasing rates have increased 56% from April to May, and June asking rates increased 0.4% from April. The demise of the office seems unlikely given that most workers don't want to be completely remote. But as CEOs and their employees navigate shifting priorities and the future of the Delta variant remains uncertain, the debate over how we work continues to change day by day. So what do you prefer, working at home, in the office, or some combination of the two? Tell us in the comments below.